Welcome in again. This one is another episode. We guys hope that you guys like it and enjoy this and take this stuff in. There's a lot of research and a lot of time that I've been dealing with. So we hope that we put a smile on your face, or at least put a smile on somebody's face, at least today or later. Okay, let's get into it. And all right, this one is about how to turn my life around or get my life back on track. So I'm going to talk about certain things, and then I'm going to get right into why we got a little information to work on, but let's just get into it anyways, and we'll see where we go. Okay, so we were talking about my bad week, whatever. So how do you get things back on track? Well, making sure to get some sleep, making sure to eat, making sure to take some walks, making sure to fix things with the loved ones or friends or anyone. So, as I'm going to jump into this, this is just part of life. This is part of all of our lives that we live in. So, the more that I end up going on and I keep going and I follow this, what are the consequences when someone says, well, I've had a bad day, but I'm getting back on track? It means that you're changing your mind and you're obviously repenting or moving forward. I'm not going to move forward if I'm going to sit in the dark and say, this is the only thing I care about is me. Continuing on from that, we're going to process through emotions, right? So you could sit in a dark place every single day and say, well, this is the center of my life, and all I do is care about this situation or circumstances. So how are you going to take care of it? Very interesting question. Very interesting question. So it is morning, but if you guys are in the afternoon when you guys watch this, well, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to anybody that is here. Moving forward to here, after I took a day out of it, I went to a new state of mind, and I transformed my mind to, okay, maybe I just need to get a little bit of sleep and sleep in a little bit. Maybe that's what I got to do. Okay, so as you're coming off of a good day or you're going into a good day, you're wondering, okay, is it okay to meet with this person? Is it okay to meet with a friend? Yes. The bright side of all this that you can actually take away from every single part of town is a possibility that you might be trying to fall in love. Right. If you're trying to fall in love and you're wondering, okay, maybe if I meet with this friend, and you keep going and you're processing, maybe this is going to help. After my friend's situation and circumstances that seemed to help and guide me forward, I went to see this friend, and they're nice and they're willing to take me seriously and like just to have a conversation. So, because the brighter side of all this is going to go on, there's is a lot to work with, right? So let's dig deeper into this. Yes, my body is starting to slow up just because of this. How to get my life on track. Stop listening to your emotions and start taking stuff seriously. Making a change in your life, making a point of view that you actually care, making this a point that you're not going to just confess and apologize to someone. You're going to say it's the right thing to do is apologize to someone and accept that I'm wrong, and I did this and I said this situation, this circumstance that we all face, which is called life. Some of us want to keep moving forward, others want to sit in the dark, and that's fine with them. Um, okay. So continuing on with all this, you can say, yeah, he has this or whatever. How to get my life back on track? You can process getting a job. You can process by admitting that maybe this relationship is working, maybe this one is working, maybe you should just start at plan one. Come up with a decision that you want to make. So a lot of people are like, well, I need to sleep and then I need to eat breakfast and I need to wake up, go to the gym, do whatever I got to do, come back, spend time, go to work, and then go to lunch, and then continuing on to dinner. The bright side of all this is there can also be health concerns that if you're like, okay, well, I want to get my health back on track, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on sleeping better. I'm going to work on showering. I'm going to work on going to swimming. I'm going to go to swim lessons. I'm going to get out of the house. I'm going to go and do activities. I'm going to go see this movie with this girlfriend or this boyfriend, and I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. Maybe I'm going to go spend time with my grandparents. Maybe it's time to go to the beach for different people that are all over the globe. Oh boy. Okay. Continuing on, you can live your life like, okay, yeah, this is it. And you wonder, how am I going to get my life back on track? Well, here's an example. After I met with this friend of mine and we talked, and I mean, they know that they're willing to take me seriously and actually have a conversation and actually motivate me in a way that kind of didn't make me edgy. It made me like, oh, not, I stopped overthinking. I started taking their ability. They started getting, oh, so there's new goals that I'm setting for every single time. So I was dealing with trauma. Now I gave it up and I was knowing that that's not the centerpiece of my life. Every single day is a new start. Every single day and night can be different. You can have a bad morning and then a great night when you end up meeting the love of your life, whatever it might be. When you end up motivating by maybe, okay, I'm going to go to this school and I'm going to like, okay, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go on a vacation. I'm going to go and plant different, my work. Like I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to make sure that this is working. I'm going to watch this new TV show and this movie. I may end up eating pizza for a week. I may end up eating enchiladas for a week. There's a lot of changes there. But on the brighter side of all this, you can know that you are not wrong or right if you end up going this. Sometimes you can talk to a friend, sometimes you can talk to your family, sometimes you can talk to a therapist or somebody that you can relate with, maybe a family member that centers your life. Sorry if I'm so jumpy and all over the place. It is just that time of night that I'm usually lost in a movie or something. Um, Guaranteed. So you can say, I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to focus on maybe vaping. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit doing this. I'm going to quit drinking. Well, by the time that I came off of alcohol, not even 6 months ago, just max, could have been even sooner than that. It was about some time a little after. A little into August, so I would say about 3 months, maybe a little over 90 days. I don't know. But the brighter side that you can make it go every single day means, okay, I'm going to set this every single day and I'm going to repeat the cycle. Maybe it's I want to end up eating healthy. Maybe it's I want to end up eating lasagna instead of spaghetti. Maybe it's I want to approach these people. So I'm going to get into what happened and the circumstances that were kind of misled after I met with my friend on Monday. when I met with my friend. Okay, okay. So after I met with my friend and we met, then I mean, I met with another lady just to joke around with her, whatever. Well, I got to the point where I was flirting with her. Okay. You know those people that are like, hey, they're the cool kids, they're chill, they're super awesome. That is a song, Cool Kids. So if you ever want to look that up on YouTube or Spotify or anywhere, that is just an example that people are going to talk about. It's the kids that stand out at the 4.0 or even people that are actually relating with them. So even if you did that, I met and talked to this lady. Yes, she is a lady. I don't know why. There's a lot of questions on the table. Well, after I started flirting with her and started asking questions about, well, do I need to sign any paperwork or whatever for this class or whatever I need to do? Well, I don't know if she was blushing, but by the end of it, I started basically just my mind just took over and I checked in, whatever you got to do, right? So I just checked. I went over to the table and I talked to him and I said, "This is how it is. I'm just asking if I need to sign some paperwork for so and so, whatever." The first lady said nothing, and then she said, "No, I'm looking it up right now. You don't have to come back and sign any papers." And I relate with the second lady because this lady here, she's blonde and beautiful just the way it is, and attraction can always be something that's new. So if you're attracted to somebody and you're like, okay, maybe I should just go out of my way and say, you know what, I'm gonna make a day. So I go over to their table, I talk to them, I say, this is what's going on. Is there anything else? Well, she's all doing her computer stuff on her laptop and just communicating, and it's like you just go to a mall and you meet some girl or somebody that just kind of motivates you and gets you through life. What I thought was this was the final chance to just flirt with her and be a joke. But as time progressed a little bit, I got a little bit stuck. I got stuck in my mind. I got stuck within the vocals. The vocalizing that I did was, okay, I'm just here to kind of flirt with you a little bit, just to kind of see if they would give me pointers on picking up a relationship. What I didn't know was it seemed like I had an audience behind, like so that this is looks like the mall. Like you go to a mall, you see a lot of people in there buying a lot of food and desserts or going to the movies. That's what this table looked like. That's what this lady looked like. Somebody that's just doing their work, and I come over and talk to them and flirt, and I just wanted to let go. So after I said I came to flirt with you, I just I don't know if she stared at me, but she has glasses. I'm just pointing out one of the ladies that I talked to. I did not know what is going on, but like I said, this audience was just amazing. It was the best setting, it was the best time, and it was awkward because it's not something that I'm usually going out of my way to just talk to people in the mall. Usually I'm there to pick up a gift, maybe walk around the mall, maybe go see a movie, or to pick up a new video game that I want, like game. But on the brighter side of all this, all I wanted to do was try to make someone's day. Well, I made their day, but it was mostly awkward. And at that point, you're just wondering, have I done something wrong? As soon as this audience just started laughing, and this one Pacific girl that I liked at the end of this so there's 4 tables, and they're all just sitting in these desks. 2 of the ladies I've talked to, and I could talk to one for more than 3 minutes, and I can motivate myself. One of those ladies is like someone I can relate with. They can talk to me about anything, doesn't matter what it is. They wonder why I'm depressed. They wonder why I'm so lost. They wonder why I'm going to a bar and drinking or doing things or drugs, whatever, and falling back into the shoes that I did before I stopped going to the medicine cabinet, whatever. Yes. Okay, I'm just kind of being funny here. That's why I'm doing this. After the 4 tables, maybe I'm not ready for this. The lady on the 4th table just seemed to start laughing as soon as I walked out of there. This place is jumping like crazy. This is a bar. Like, it's that loud. Like, there is blazing music in the background. It might have been a bar. That's what it looked like. That's the circumstance that it kind of looked. But you're like, okay, how can this be a bar? How can this be somebody? It's like maybe a place that you go outside to have a beer and you sit out there because it's great weather, whatever. The plus line to all this was like, okay, is it safe to go back? Is it safe to talk to these ladies that kind of got to know me over the last 3 months, whatever? I would say within the last 90 days, they have getting to know me. They're starting to cycle. They're like, you came on this day and that day. You're wondering. They're wonderful people. But there's a chance that somebody along these lines is somebody that just stares at me. All right. I'm not going to kind of point out this lady's name because I know that this is all over the place and I probably am not fully awake for this stuff. But my focus was on this. My focus was just to talk to the lady, one of the ladies, and somehow I'm talking to 2 ladies at the same time that is typing on the computer and doing the whole thing. And I am just wondering what is going on. I am laughing my head off after I leave this place. The place is jumping and it's crazy. But I walk out of there and I'm thinking the lady on the end, on the 4th table, just laughed to see if that was a chance. Now, one thing that is kind of different here, the girl on the 4th table is somebody that said to this one lady that I kind of maybe frightened or got under her skin. Nobody really knows. Forgive me for what I did, right? So I am just trying to figure out what is going on. The lady on the 4th table really likes me and was going to give me a chance to date me. She was talking to all these coworkers that are, again, they're at a table. So this is a giant table. We're talking maybe 12 people. But there's really only 4 or 6 people. Okay, so a total of 6 people that are sitting around these days. And I go to the randomest people, and I don't know why, but I'm only attracted to number 4. Like, it's like those contests. Bob is over here, and you're wondering who's behind the curtain, right? So I freaked out the first lady. In my knowledge, I think I owe her an apology just by experience and what I did and said. It was very awkward and very pushed over. Like, I was not trying to ask this lady out, but it came out like that. And because of the fourth, like the number 4 table, it just pushed me over the edge. I went back in to ask a question, and next thing you know, the place is jumping, and I'm freaking out. Why did I say that? Why did I tell her that I was trying to flirt with her? Why did I do that? Right? But if you look back so far, if you look at this image, number 4 is just laughing her head off. And these are all women, so it doesn't matter. They're attractive just the way it is. I may have to do this video later. But the thing is I got my life back on track. I told myself that was the start for me to get back everything. Like after my main appointment, I had to get everything back. So because I really like number 4, and because I refused to go and tell her that, I would rather just have to just see them day in and day out. It would be very awkward. So I'm not going as far as I'm going to do that. But because I really like number 4, I'm going to resist myself and hold myself back. And I'm also going to hold myself accountable if I've done something wrong to these people, if I freaked them out, if I've went overboard. I don't know when I go overboard, but I lose track of everybody loses tracks of their mind just in a matter of watching something, TV, people. But if I freaked people out so much, why is this place jumping? If I didn't go overboard and they thought that was nice and cute, and number 4 was the one that I was trying to approach, but I chose number 1 or number 2, which is really number 2. I talked to number 2, but I was trying to approach number 4. I took a step back and realized that was just a moment that I'm never going to be able to get back. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to keep I'm going to keep my distance for a little while and just see if they even call me. Like, if they call me to come back and speak to them about that situation, is that going to change the situation? Is that going to be okay? I'm not out there trying to hit up on this lady just because I really like number 4. Now, the reasons why I'm saying this is because number 4 is so attractive and all the right curves and all the different like everything you could ever want in a relationship. I think she would be the one. But I keep refusing and pushing back instead of talking to her. Her day that she comes in is Monday through Monday, or Wednesday through Monday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday she's in. And I don't know if she's in there on Tuesday, but she gets about 2 or 3 days off. I mean, obviously they get a weekend off because of work. But I need somebody to point out if I did something wrong. I walk into this place, I talk to them at first, and then she asked, did you talk to your friend? I said, yes, I did. And then I just, somehow my mind just shot down. Like, maybe I was not ready for this. Maybe there was a reason why I pushed back. There was a reason why I can't talk to number 4, because the most beautiful women out there are just going to be more attractive as the year goes on. As the years go on. And I've known number 4 for some time. It's just I've never really had a conversation with her. But with her saying that she would give me a chance, it has kind of shifted my gears of, you know what? Just live your life. Live my life the way that I need to. And if she comes across or they come across and they say, hey, this is what we need to make sure that you realize that you might have went overboard and creeped this person out. Now, I've said worse things to this lady, but this is like one that just sticks to somebody. It stick to me when somebody said that they love me for some reason. I'm not sure why people are going to say that. But when I finally now look back, I don't think I did anything wrong. I think it just came out wrong. I think my attraction just threw her off. But it also made number 4 kind of giggling, like laughing and maybe blush face, but I just never want to show my face back there. Right? I'm not going to push myself if I don't know the situation. But there are also people that push your buttons in these places and these work situations that you just don't know if this is good or bad. All I wanted to do was ask a simple question about rescheduling my appointment. And I go in there and make a fool of myself. I go in there and I talk about something that is very stupid and most likely is not going to keep me out of this place. It's just going to take a while to process. And when I told this number 1, the first lady, when I told her that I wasn't going to be back for 2 years, she knows I'm going to come back eventually. But when I said, well, I'm going to go away, I'm kind of going to disappear, and I think that's what brought our conversation straight through. But number 2, it just flipped switch. I just turned off my brain and I just did it. I just went for it. And I'm not trying to get rejected, but I guarantee this person or these 2 people that witnessed it, there was probably, like I said, there's a total of 6 people that listened, and there might have been a crowd behind me, which could have led more questions. Why did I go so far? If I went over, when I had to go over, I have to apologize when I go back there anyways. But it's going to be very awkward. Right? There's always that one person that pushes us to the limit to where it's like we have to tell them, we have to speak to them of why they're getting on our nerves. See, a teacher or a principal can only make so many choices for somebody. A therapist, a doctor, or these ladies that are obviously there, it put me in a very happy mood that, like, okay, maybe I did the right thing, but when I said it, I turned the page, obviously, because there's only so much you can say to these people. And I mean, I've been there for several, like the last 90 days plus. And, after I did take a brief 45-minute day or whatever, I mean, it could have been maybe 2 months. I don't really know. I could be able to talk to number 1 and about anything. But if I went overboard, it is too much. I don't know what is going to happen. But if I walked out of there and they were all in blushing mood, like they were all blushed and they had red faces or whatever, and they were scared or nervous, it was most likely nervous, because you don't just go up to somebody and say, this is how it is. See, I can talk to anybody. But see, you talk to me in person, I'm going to give you the full exact story, and I'm going to give you what happened and the challenges that were on there, because it's like 1 minute I'm just checking in, just to check up on her. Next minute, I stopped taking my medicine too. Stopped taking my medicine back before Thanksgiving. And for some exact reason, my brain has flipped off to the point where I have to apologize to these people whether I want to or not. It's a choice I want to make. I want to make it up to them. And I know that I wouldn't. I know that they're probably, I mean, if somebody is giggling, it kind of means that there's a lot. But if I can relate with one person and just make their day, then it's fine. The plus line that I'm trying to say and get to is I did something exciting, and I don't know if I'm paying the consequences of happiness or if everything just switched in that moment and turned everything off. Because right as soon as I walked out of those doors, I was laughing all the way home. I was laughing all the way to the store, to the vape shop, like I told you guys in the other video. But I think I didn't go too far. I think it was just an off day for a lot of people. Now, if I was attracted to any of these ladies, it would be definitely number 4. That would be the only one. But I don't know how I'm going to say it. I also, because of the 21 days that it's been since I took my medicine exactly on the dot, it's not affecting bad thoughts. It's just my brain takes over. And I think what I was is I was scared to go and ask these people what's going on. I'm scared of them. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't believe you went too far. I believe that this was an entertainment time. You were in the mood to just kind of make someone's day. If you did go too far, I walked out of there so quickly that all I heard was this voice, and that was the final touches. That's when I just, you know what? It's better never to speak to these people. It's better to just turn away, and all I want to do is change. But I don't know how this is going to change it. And how things are going to change is if I have the mindset that is going to be related to not fantasy, but I start putting facts out there. Right? I can say 1,000 times that I don't like these. I don't like number 1 or number 2, whatever. But if I come down to it, I would rather just push myself to the limit of trying to better myself before I speak to them. Right? If that means I need to be at the gym for the next 11 or 12 days before I go on the 31st, whatever, to my doctor's house and stuff, then I will. But I'm not afraid anymore. And the thing is when you're afraid, then you start gaining, and then you start losing, and then you start wondering and questioning yourself. The reasons why these videos are so bent out of shape is because a lot of times I'm on a random sleep schedule, and I'm not I think because of that moment, I've kind of stayed awake since it. I mean, I did sleep in a little bit, but there was a bunch of racket like earlier, but there's going to be a lot of noise later. It's just part of life. I mean, there's a lot of construction sites. There's a lot of people that need to go to work and sleep and do things. But if I didn't make her day, it just seemed like I was lost. But see, I'm willing to get their guidance and their wisdom. But because they don't know who I really am, they just know the character I am when I go in there, which is I just put on a depressed face and I act like, you know, sometimes I'm drowsy, sometimes I'm tired, nervous, whatever. I'm nervous about even talking to these people. But I needed to release it from the heart. I needed to tell people and I needed to get it out there and to tell that this isn't the only thing that goes on in someone's life. This is just examples that are there. All right, so since we only have about 30 seconds to go before this video quits and ends, I walked into this place. I went and talked to this lady, which is a friend, and then I come out after 45 minutes, whatever. They ask, did you have fun in therapy? Or doctors, did you have fun with your friend? Did you go on a date, whatever? Did you go there? Did you see her? And I said yes. And everything is perfect. And then I go back and I talk to him and something just switches off. And after that moment, all I wanted to do was be happy. What do? I go out of my way, another depressing day, wondering why, questioning people because I just did this or that. I'm so happy that I raised the bar. Now I know that there's nothing I can say anymore. I have to go in there. I'm going to be quiet. If I don't go in there, then I have to go see another doctor at her house. This is all at her house. So taking away from it, I'm so happy about it. But as I said, there's some doubts about this, about what really happened and how they approached it, and if they are going to be able to forgive me. And I know some people are going to be able to forgive me, and others are going to just sit here and say everything's fine. So I'm glad that I've been venting for some time today. I need to just go back and maybe get some sleep, and that's probably what's causing me to reflect against these emotions that I have for number 4. But everybody take care. I'm glad that you guys are watching and slowly learning more about someone's life over time. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully this answers a few more questions from the nightmares to bad days. But my friend is safe and everybody keeps fine. Everybody have a great day.